Hi, everybody. I just wanted to check in. It's May 12th, and we've, been going through this whole coronavirus since the first week of March in this area. And I haven't done a YouTube in a long time. And for the last couple of years, I was just really on this really fast um, hamster wheel of doing, working so much for so many teachers, volunteering so much service, trying to, share good information and get everyone's dots connected and sync everyone up with whatever they needed and to keep the classes going and participating in a lot of different practices. And um, the gift that I've gotten recently and having life just slow down to a null and nothing, after scrapping and trying to make sure you had the right zinc and the right vitamin C and the right amount of stuff in your house without leaving your house and trying to get masks when there are none available, like a lot of pandemonium kind of urgency to get what you need to shelter in place. Like that was a whole new trip. And then how to live, you know, um, inside your home for many months, and having my family come to town the day after the lockdown went into effect, the stay orders, and from Hawaii, and not being able to see them the whole time they were here. Like just a lot of different pieces and moving parts for everyone, processing all the different varieties of controversy in this situation. It was just, the collective trauma and so on and so forth. And um, just losing my drive to be on that wheel anymore. I knew I needed to get off quite a long time ago, but I stayed because I had put myself in this place, and that's kind of been my identity. And helping people is um, where I feel it's a pattern of mine. That at this point, my new awakening is that I don't have any I needed to help myself. I needed to fix myself. I needed to be with myself, and I needed to really connect with my true self and some higher truth. And if I was going to die, so be it. And so I went through a period where I stopped practicing. Well, I never stopped, but I cut it down from 8-10 hours a day to 3 or 4. And I started getting stiff and uncomfortable, and then I just luckily this virus brought in a lot of teachers that wouldn't normally teach online, and I really got to look lately that was still an ego practice. It was a lot of so much doing, and it was a lot of energy going out. And right now I'm just practicing and bringing energy in, and I'm really having remarkable results. And I'm so grateful for that. And, I've learned a lot in a short period of time just about, even just trying to fight this pain. And I can tell you that in the last week of practicing, my arms, the pain that I've had since I had that hantavirus about 3 years, I think now, is down over 50%. And in my head, it's down a great deal. And I have energy right now to do things that I haven't had energy to do in 6 or 8 years, where I started doing a fun little dance exercise class online, and normally just getting to the bathroom was exhausting. So something's shifting, and I'm using this time right now, to really cultivate who I am as I go through something like this. And I decided to wake up in the mornings, and instead of horror and like, oh my God, what's happening now? And where are we with, these deaths, and who's got where, what statistics where, and just trying to, what's wrong, who's right, how do we straighten it out, what do we do, how do you survive and live, to waking up and looking outside into the big blue sky out there. I don't know if it's too bright for you to see, but I have a beautiful view, and just knowing that I'm on vacation, like using this time since it's here, instead of get in this snowball of misinformation and conflicting information, just going into this thing like, this is this vacation, and I'm gonna just enjoy the quiet time and the time off and really love myself. And so I'm doing much, much better. I'm surprised. And when I was doing, really when I had a lot, my hand, I had ended up with this new tremor in my hand and during this time. And it really gives me a lot of information, because whenever I'm doing something I don't want to be doing, or something that's too hard for me right now, where normally I just want to be a good girl and show up and say yes and do whatever. But when I do that right now, the tremor starts to happen. So I have literally no wiggle room. Like, this will start wiggling if I'm not listening to my true self or my higher guidance. And my higher guidance is telling me to do a lot less and enjoy. So I am just so grateful to still be even in this game. Outlived the death date by a long shot now. And I've seen a lot of my friends that have ALS, and I have frontal temporal dementia with ALS. So I have like the daddy of the Mac daddies, but I feel like in even with that, like it's I'm not, there are times where I feel like I'm progressing, but right now with this new information that I have, I don't feel like I'm progressing at all. I feel like I'm better than I was even, in the beginning of the diagnosis. And um, I just had lost my feet in the beginning of this coronavirus, and I found my little place in the sun here where um, I feel like it's about mastery and not slavery. And I've said this a lot, but this is a new level. And when my teacher was talking about going into the center of your head with your true self and your heart, like when he was saying, you're doing everything that's out there, out there, out there, so busy, busy, busy. And this is talking about coming inside and listening inwardly, and listening inside your brain and listening inside your heart. And this is the journey for me right now. And it just brought in such a beautiful piece of comfort and so much reconnection throughout my body, where the blockages in my throat and my neck and my down my arms and everything were so intense. And it's still, kind of intense in here, but I know that it's up for clearing right now. And I just wanted to do a little check-in and tell you that I'm still alive and kicking, and I'm hoping that you get through the coronavirus and this time and have breakthroughs and feel inspired by love and true self, like I feel like I am right now, instead of inspired by ego and the identity on who we are out there in the world. And so I'm very honored and very grateful to bring this energetic into my life, and I hope that um, transmission can help you or help others to get the same effects. So I wish you the very best, and I'll be checking in with you again in the future. And just so grateful. Take care.